Hi everyone, this is Roxy Martinez, and today I'm going to be sharing my cultural learning experience. So the purpose of this assignment is to allow us to explore another culture and reflect on our own ethnicity, gender, race, or socioeconomic status. So I am Italian and Mexican. However, I don't really celebrate my own culture, which is why I was really excited to do this assignment. I was pretty much raised as a typical American family was, so I don't really have a lot of experience with my own, culture, and that's why I really was excited to do this assignment, just to, allow me to learn about other cultures. And of course, I'm really interested in doing this, and I want to be able to travel and do more when I get older. But for now, I think that, this is a good way for me to experience other cultures with the access that I have now. And so, for what I did for this assignment was I actually went to a Japanese ramen and sushi restaurant called Kopan, and I'm doing my best to pronounce these words. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing them wrong, but I am trying my best. And so, I actually went with my boyfriend, which was really fun because we got to experience a different culture from our own, and it was our first time going, so that was really exciting. I've never had ramen before, and of course, we did take precautions to wear mask and social distance, and because of COVID, and we did eat outside, and the tables were, spread out, so we were distanced. Unfortunately, because of COVID, I don't think we were able to get, like 100% of the Japanese experience because we did have to eat outside, but that's just kind of what life is like right now. So we're trying to stay safe, but I'm definitely going to be going back there because it was really delicious. So I'm gonna go back there and get the full experience. So, to identify and analyze the significance, human beings attach to the differences. So, different cultures provide important social and economic benefits, and it really enhances our life and well being as individuals and as communities. So, participating in a culture can really benefit an individual by allowing them to have a sense of belonging, and this really, allows people to come together who are similar and celebrate themselves. And then you can, visit all other cultures and see the difference because all cultures are different. There's not one that's, exactly the same. So you can experience, how people live in different parts of the world. And of course, it does have, economic benefits, like cultural activities like festivals and fairs can bring people together, but it's also a good way to help the economy. And describe and analyze the effects of possible prejudice, exclusion, subordination, and ideologies of racial superiority have on affected groups and individuals. So at the particular restaurant I went to, I didn't see any of these from anyone there. The staff and the other customers were all really welcoming and they all seemed really nice. However, this does go to say that this ethnic group has faced these challenges in the past and is still currently facing them here in the United States, especially in the United States. There's many, hurtful stereotypes that people have on the Asian community that aren't necessarily true or true at all. And especially right now, you can see in social media and in the news that the Asian community really is under attack right now. There's people who are harassing them and hurting them. Um, I did see, people, chasing them and breaking into their homes with a machete or harassing them by, continuously knocking on their door and not letting them sleep at night. And, luckily for them, their whole neighborhood got together and formed a schedule where they were able to, sit outside to make sure that they were able to get sleep and that no one was harassing them throughout the night. But it just goes to show that like people are still being hurtful. People are still harassing them and being harmful for no reason just because that they're insecure about themselves. So I that's why I really did think that it was important for me to, be able to show my support, and even if it is a small way, any support is helpful. So I definitely recommend for everyone to, go out there and support other cultures, support other ethnicities, support other people who are being put down right now And I really was appreciative of this assignment because they really allowed me to do that. Okay, so switching a little bit, going back into what I actually did, I went to a Japanese restaurant called Coupon, like I mentioned before, and this really inspired me to learn more a little bit about the history. And so, sorry, so I actually did not know this before, but ramen was actually originated in China and was then imported to Japan and became popular in both countries in the early 1900s. And so until the 1950s, they were known as um, Chinese soba noodles in Japan because they came from China. And then originally ramen was a cheap and quick choice for the poor working class. And as it became extremely popular in Japan over time, it then became known as dragon noodles. So the name has switched over time, and the term ramen was actually introduced in the Taisho era. And then over time, it became more and more popularized and is now a well known gourmet meal. So it really has changed over time. And I knew that ramen was a traditional Japanese dish, but I didn't know that it originated from China. So, it wasn't both, but I think Japan really took it and made it its own and, you know, put their own twist on it, and that's why it became really popular. So, what I ate, if you look to the very left, that was the meal that I got. It's called tonkatsu with cashew, which is pork ramen, and then, so yeah, that's what I got. This is like the most traditional of them, and I got this one because I didn't know, what to get if I was gonna like it, and so I thought that, just getting the most traditional one, seeing what it was gonna be like, would probably be the most helpful for me. And then if you look to the middle, that's what my boyfriend got, which is a red ramen with, I believe he got chashu pork too. So actually we did try them both, and they were both really really good. Um, and the workers there were really helpful in helping me decide what to get because, like I mentioned, I had never been there before. And if you could see on the side, you can actually get different sides to put into your ramen, and they have like a whole bunch of different choices. So we just chose a couple because, like I mentioned, we weren't really too sure, so we just got a couple to try them out, and it was honestly really amazing. It was so delicious. I would definitely recommend getting it. And then if you look to the very right, we actually also got beef gyoza, which is actually like similar to like I guess a dumpling, and they have different, flavors you could get, but we just got that one to try, and that one was really good too. I was just eating a bunch of them. I couldn't stop. All the food was really, really amazing. And of course, we did eat them in the traditional way. As you can see, they have like the traditional spoon, but also with chopsticks. And it was actually my first time using chopsticks to eat noodles as well. And so I did have a little bit of difficulty doing that, but I was able to manage because I did want to eat it in the traditional way. And I'm really happy that I was able to get like the full experience because it was really, really good. I can't stress it enough. Okay, so my reflection on the experience overall, I had a really amazing experience doing this assignment, and it really allowed me to expand my knowledge and do more research about another culture. And I do want to say that the restaurant I went to was very welcoming and definitely helped me because when I told them it was my first time there, they were really understanding, really nice, and like helping me trying to decide what I would want to get. And so I would definitely recommend other people to go to this restaurant. And also for Professor Andy, I would also, really encourage him to continue doing this assignment for future classes. I think it's really important to, learn about other cultures that are similar or different to your own and being able to create that diverse environment. The only way that we're going to be able to continue to succeed is if we can, um, embrace each other and welcome each other and not care about our differences, learn about them and appreciate them. So I really did enjoy this assignment because without it, maybe I wouldn't have learned, what I did learn. So I do think that would recommend it for other classes, and I think that they would have a good time doing it. This was one of my favorite assignments that I've had. So definitely continue supporting other people, supporting other cultures, and thank you for listening.